I spent most of my life doing exactly what I was supposed to do. I went to college, got the job, climbed the ladder, got married, had kids, bought the house. On paper, I had the ideal life, the one everyone told me I should want. But I was miserable, drained, unfulfilled, and I kept asking everyone else what I should do about it. My parents, my partner, my colleagues, even strangers on the internet. I thought that made me open-minded, collaborative, wise. But really? I'd stopped trusting the one voice that actually mattered, my own. This is the story of how I stopped seeking everyone else's approval and finally found my own answers. And what happened when I did. For years, I lived by committee. Every decision, big or small, required a poll. What do you think I should do? What would you do if you were me? What's the smart move here? I had a job at a marketing agency, steady income, good on paper, the kind of job you're supposed to be grateful for. But I was exhausted, not from the work itself, from pretending the work mattered to me. I'd wake up every morning and feel this quiet whisper inside. This isn't it. This isn't what you're here to do. But then I'd open social media, talk to my parents, hear my colleagues, and the noise would drown out the whisper. You should be grateful. You're lucky to have stability. Don't be impractical. Think about your family. You can't just chase your dreams. You have responsibilities. And they weren't wrong. I did have responsibilities. I did have people depending on me. But here's what no one told me. Ignoring your own knowing doesn't make you responsible. It makes you resentful. Every day I stayed in that job, doing what I was supposed to do, a part of me disappeared. I was building a life that looked impressive to everyone else. But I barely recognized myself anymore. The worst part, I kept asking for permission. Permission to want something different. Permission to pursue what actually mattered to me. Permission to live a life that didn't fit the script. And no one was going to give it to me. Because they couldn't. Because it was never theirs to give. The answer I was looking for wasn't out there. It was in here. In that quiet whisper, I kept silent. The breaking point came when I realized something. I had everything I was supposed to want, and I was still miserable. Which meant either something was wrong with me, or something was wrong with the script. And for the first time, I stopped asking everyone else what I should do. I sat with the question, what do I actually want? Not what would be smart, not what would make sense, not what would impress people or keep them comfortable. What do I want? And the answer was clear, terrifyingly clear. I wanted to leave. I wanted to sell everything, move my family across the world, start over. I wanted to get away from the culture I'd been drowning in, raise my kids in a different environment, pursue the dreams I'd been putting off for years. I wanted to stop building someone else's dream and start building mine. And when that answer came, I didn't ask anyone if it was the right decision, because I knew if I did, they'd talk me out of it. They'd give me 100 logical reasons why it was impractical, risky, irresponsible, and those reasons would all be valid, but they wouldn't be mine. So I made the decision, against all external logic, against everyone's advice. I trusted myself for the first time in years. And it was terrifying, because trusting yourself means being willing to be wrong. It means being willing to disappoint people. It means being willing to fail in front of everyone who warned you. But here's what I learned. The courage to be wrong in others' eyes is actually just the courage to be right in your own. True wisdom doesn't come from universal agreement. It comes from self-trust. And the moment I stopped needing validation, everything shifted. So what happened when I finally trusted myself? I moved my family across the world. I left the agency. I took another job for substantially less money just to make the transition easier. And then, a year later, I quit that job too. Because I realized I didn't escape the wrong job. I escaped the wrong life. And taking another corporate position in a different place wasn't the answer. The answer was trusting that quiet whisper that had been there all along. So I started doing the work I'd always wanted to do. Full-time, no safety net, no backup plan. And I won't lie, it felt like failure at first, like I'd thrown away everything I'd worked for, like I'd let everyone down. But slowly something changed. I wasn't exhausted anymore. I wasn't drained. I wasn't performing. I was finally doing work that mattered to me, living in a way that aligned with who I actually am. I'm not as financially secure as I used to be. I don't have the impressive job title. I can't brag about my salary at family gatherings. But I'm happier, lighter, more alive. Because I'm no longer at the mercy of some corporate entity that couldn't care if I dropped dead tomorrow. I'm in control of my ship now. The only person left to hold me accountable is me. And here's what I learned. When you stop second-guessing yourself, creativity flows. Ideas come. Solutions appear. When you stop asking everyone else, you discover you had your own compass all along. Your quiet wisdom, the one you've been silencing. It's been guiding you this whole time. You just had to trust it. Trusting yourself doesn't mean you'll never make mistakes. It means your mistakes will finally be yours. And that changes everything. Because a life built on your own terms, even if it's messy, even if it's unconventional, even if it doesn't impress anyone, is the only life worth living. When you trust yourself, you stop living for external validation and start living for internal alignment. And that's not selfish. That's survival. So here's what I want you to know. You have a quiet whisper inside you, a knowing that gets drowned out by all the external noise, and you've been trained to ignore it, to ask everyone else, to seek approval, to wait for permission. But the answer you're looking for isn't out there. It's in here. You don't need anyone's permission to trust yourself. You don't need validation to know what you know. That whisper, the one that tells you what you actually want, what actually matters, what you're actually here to do, it's not lying to you. It's the only voice telling you the truth. So stop asking everyone else. Stop polling. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission. Trust yourself. Even if it's terrifying, even if it doesn't make sense to anyone else, even if you might be wrong, because the life you're meant to live isn't the one that impresses everyone. It's the one that feels like home. Before you go, 3 things. First, if this resonated, press the like button. It helps this reach someone else who's been silencing their own quiet wisdom. Second, comment, trust below. 1 word, your declaration that you're done seeking approval and ready to trust yourself. Third, subscribe to The Becoming. This is a space for people who are done living by committee and ready to live by their own compass. The answer you're looking for, you already have it. I'll see you in the next one.